Do you run a prep center, or are you someone that does prep for other Amazon FBA sellers? Because if so, I have something that is going to make your life so much easier. So we just built the ultimate prep center management system, something that's going to help you prep faster, help you save your clients money, and let you run and manage your entire prep center business out of one simple app. Inbound shipments, receiving, prepping, inventory management, billing, invoices, client communication, a full client portal, all of it and all in one place. And the best part is, what if you can run your prep center the same exact way that Amazon runs the FBA program? So think about that for a second. What if you can give your clients their own portal, like a Seller Central, where they can log in and create inbound shipments to you the same way they do when sending stuff to Amazon, where they can track everything in real time, where they can see live inventory, see items being received, create work orders for you, and basically work with you the same way they work with Amazon. But in this equation, your prep center is Amazon and your client is logged into your very own Seller Central-like portal. So what is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Larry, aka Watch Me Amazon, and today I am super pumped because I get to give you a first look at something that I've been building for a really long time. Now, before I show you anything, just keep in mind, this is a behind the scenes look. This app is not available for everyone just yet. It's currently into the workflow, being tested by our prep centers, using it, testing it, telling us what they love, what they want next. But this is coming soon, so consider this your first look at what's about to drop. And on that note, let's dive in. And I will say, if you are watching this and you run a prep center, you already know like the daily chaos that a prep center deals with, right? Your inbox never stops. Your phone never stops. Did my stuff arrive? How many units do I have? Can you ship this today? What do I owe you? It's like an all day, everyday thing. And you know, what I've learned is that it sucks managing a prep business on Google Sheets, on Excel. You hate it. Your clients hate it. It's unprofessional. Any mistake you make can turn into angry clients, lost money. All of that kind of stuff adds up, right? It costs you time. It costs you sanity. It costs you clients and revenue. So after spending the last year working with the dozens of prep centers who are currently already using 2D Workflow, and then getting a good understanding of what these prep center owners need, we built something to fix all of those problems. So let me show you. I'm going to share my screen in a second, and I want to start with what your clients are going to see, because this is the part that really changes the game. And I want you to watch the whole way through, because if it looks familiar, that's on purpose. We've modeled the workflow in the app around Seller Central so your clients can work with you the same way they work with Amazon, which means from day one, your clients already have a great understanding of what they're doing. All right, so let me share my screen. Let's dive into it. When you onboard a client, they get an email to connect their account, which is already great because you don't have to deal with their Seller Central account or anything like that. Then every client will get their own login to your portal and their own dashboard where they can see everything. So this is the client dashboard. So here they can see and track every single unit, shipment, and service that you provide through the whole prep center lifecycle. Right over here, they can see what units are currently on the way to the prep center, what units are at the prep center, what's in a working shipment getting processed by you, and whatever is on the way to Amazon. Over here, they can see in real time what items were processed today and every other day. And then there's a bunch of other important stuff like how many SKUs and units they shipped to you this month versus how many SKUs and units you received. Here they can see how many SKUs, units, boxes, pallets, etc. that you processed over any given time. Here they can see all the different prep services that you've done and what you've charged charged for them across any given time that they enter, how many units and SKUs you've shipped to Amazon, how many Amazon received, and then you have things here at the bottom like top 10 products shipped and top 10 products in inventory. Now here, when we go to the inventory page, this is where the client can see all of their listings and also see real-time inventory levels of every single item that they have at your prep center. If they click on an item, they can see all of the associated prep fees and any extra services that you may have attached to that specific item. So now they always can look at an item and they'll always know they don't have to ask you, what you would charge for any particular SKU or ASIN. All right, now over here, like Amazon, you can also take their units and mark some of them as unsellable. So in case you receive anything that's damaged or if you have items that expired, you can move those units to unsellable status the same way that Amazon does it. And then when your clients want to send inventory to your prep center, they can create an inbound shipment right here. It's a similar flow to Seller Central. Just select the items that they're sending, enter quantities, they press the ship to prep center button. And this is great because now you're not getting random inventory showing up at your warehouse, and instead you have visibility into every SKU and every unit that is heading your way. All right, so then when you go into one of their inbound shipments, a client can go into the shipment and they can get a preview of what the estimated prep service fees would be. They can even write to you with like a note and give you special instructions of what they want or what they need you to do. Now, check this part out. This is important because this is like the FBA parallel that I really wanted you guys to see. Once that shipment is shipped from them and they mark it as shipped and it's on the way to you, your client can track that shipment the same way they would track an FBA shipment, meaning they see when it's delivered to you, they see it being received by you, they see the inventory check in, and then they watch their units go live in their prep center inventory in real time. So the same experience that they have with Amazon, except this time you're basically the fulfillment center. All right, so now let me flip the software to your side, the prep center side. I showed you what the client sees, but here's what the prep center sees in the prep center owner side of the app. So as the prep center, you'll also have an amazing dashboard from which you can run your entire business. You see it right here. And then when you go to the inbound shipments section, here you can see the inbound shipments that the client just created and sent it to your prep center. So what you do is when it arrives, you just mark it at delivered. This is to let the client know that it was delivered. And then receiving inventory into your prep center is literally quick and easy. You can scan items as you're inbounding them. You're marking them as received as you're inbounding them for the client, and then these units just flow right into that client's inventory. You can also go down the list manually and just enter how many units were received. While you're doing this, you can review and assign prep fees to items while you're receiving them. If you want, you can add notes to items. You can assign specific locations for the items for you to know where you're placing these items at your warehouse. Basically, you're the fulfillment center now. You can receive the units the same way Amazon does when stuff hits their fulfillment centers. Now, another really cool feature that I want to show you is reconciling. So let's say a client said that they sent in 72 units and only 70 units show up, or let's say 2 of the units arrive damaged. So now you can mark that right here and add these units to their unsellable inventory. So now they're going to see they shipped in 70 or 72 rather, 70 were received and 2 of them they'll know were arrived damaged. So short, missing, damaged units. And the great part is your client sees all of this happen in real time. They don't have to take your word for it. They don't have to email back and forth with you. They log into the app, see what came in, see what happened. They understand why. And this alone alone kills any kind of, trust problems, or basically solves most client issues, all right? The next section I want to show you is this section right here, and this is where a lot of prep centers leave money on the table, so pay attention. This is the prep services page. So on this page, you can set up and attach fees for any single action or service that a prep center offers. So you could, for example, you can attach per unit fees to different size tier items, so that you're charging one thing, for example, for a standard unit, and you have something else for an oversized unit. You can attach fees to Amazon prep instructions. So any item where Amazon says this ASIN needs a poly bag, this ASIN needs bubble wrapping, this ASIN needs set creation, or whatever, you can attach a unique fee to that. You can also create any custom fee or any service that you want and attach it to literally anything you do in the app. So again, want to charge a fee per unit? Awesome. Want to charge a fee per every box that you pack? No problem. Want a per pallet fee for every pallet that you build for a client? Also no problem. You can do per shipment fees, you can do different fees for different clients, and all of this is doable because you can fully customize and attach your fees however you want. Then, as your team is prepping and packing inventory for clients, every one of those fees gets calculated and tracked automatically as the work happens. So you're not writing anything down. You're not trying to remember anything at the end of the month, what you did, what for who, what service you did for who. And then when it's time to bill your clients, the invoice is already built, already ready, because everything was tracked and calculated as it happened. So to invoice clients, just go to the invoicing tab. Here you can enter any time frame you want. So if you want to bill them weekly, if you want to bill them monthly, just enter the time frame, press generate an invoice, and then you are going to have a detailed invoice with a full breakdown for your client of every unit prepped, every shipment shipped, and every prep service you provided. And here's the kicker. While everything you just seen is happening on your end, your client sees everything, every service, every fee, every charge, fully tracked and transparent. So no surprises, no disputes. They know exactly what they're paying for. And you as a prep center, you are capturing every dollar, all right? Now, it is also important to keep in mind, this whole thing is built on top of 2D Workflow, our shipping and prep software. So you're not just getting like a portal and a billing system. This is going to do, or this already does, everything that 2D Workflow does. So you're getting the engine that lets you run your entire prep operation more efficiently than ever. Your packers, your staff are going to be prepping and packing client shipments faster, easier than ever before. And this last thing actually might be my favorite thing that I'm going to demo, because this is the part that helps you win new clients. It's going to help you keep existing clients happy. Because this is built on 2D Workflow, your clients get access to our discounted shipping program, where they can save upwards of 30 to 40% on their FBA shipments. So think about how big that is from a prep center standpoint, because now you're not just offering prep services, you're saying work with us and you are 100% going to save money on shipping. You're 100% going to save money on placement fees. And another cool thing about that is, aside from saving money and shipping it to when they ship stuff to Amazon, they can also use it to save money when they ship their products to you. So if they need something shipped from their supplier or from themselves to you, you can now offer them deeply discounted shipping rates to do so. That's like a real value proposition for prep centers that the other prep center down the street can't bring to the table. So you've got an amazing portal for your clients. You've got an amazing way to run your prep center. And on top of all of that, a way to actually put money back in your clients' pockets, making your prep center stand out from all the other prep centers out there. So that's the first look, guys. I am, if you couldn't tell, Genuinely excited about this one. I've been building this for a really long time. It's finally about to go live. We've got lots of prep centers, like I said, using this already, raving about already. This is truly a game changer for anyone who's doing prep for other Amazon FBA sellers. In the days and weeks to come, I'm going to be sharing a lot more info, so keep your ears open, keep your eyes open. And as I mentioned, this is currently in beta, but when it does go live, you'll be able to find this at shippingbrainprep.com. Again, that is shippingbrainprep.com. And in the meantime, if you're a prep center, if you're signed up to 2D Workflow and you want to get into the beta program for this and help us build some really cool shit for 3PLs, just leave a comment below or shoot me a DM. And if you got something out of this video, smash that like button. It helps me out. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Peace.